is that the first button you hit is the DBM button.
Okay.
So we got the laser plugged into it. It's going through the mandrel.
So that's the
plugged into
switch.
this.
Oops,
Yeah. So this is the meter right here. This is the light source.
Okay.
So the very first value you want to read is the
dB.
dBm, decibels per milliwatt. And then the dBm value, anywhere between a -18 to about a -22 range is fine. And what that's telling me is that's the optical strength of this guy right here.
Okay.
All right. So we're reading the dBm value, decibels per milliwatt, -20.7. Everything's good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to reference this out. So method B says that we need to reference this out.
Method B, you said?
Yeah, the method B,
Yeah.
light source power meter, preferred method. So what we're really doing is referencing out this connector pair because this is taking the place of the electronics. And the ports on the electronics have a nil effect on the system. That's why we reference this one out.
Okay.
So we bam, zoo that, this thing's gone away. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to validate that this is a good test jumper. Test jumper, I'm looking at a 0.75 connector pair or better. Always disconnect from the meter end, never the source end.
That's right.
So we're going to disconnect that. We've got a little ST coupler here. We're going to line this tab up with the slot. These two guys are plugged in. Now I'm looking to verify that this is at least 0.75 or less. And we're right at 0.7, so we've got a decent pair. Not the best, but it's okay.
Okay, now you go.
Now, we're getting ready to disconnect this one, and we're going to go out here and we're going to do a test on this port to this port. What this represents is patch panel A to patch panel B. So what we've got under here is two ST connectors with the distance of fiber between the two of them. Now, before I take my first measurement, first thing I'm going to do is ask myself, all right, what value should this thing say when it reads?
Okay.
So I've got a patch panel right here. So if I plug this source into this patch panel, I've got one connector here plus a connector there,
Right, so
or
you got two mated
collectively
pairs.
0.75, a mated pair. So over here I've got another 0.75. I've also got some fiber in between the two of them.
Sure.
Now the fiber does become a big value until we get a great distance on this fiber, over up to about a kilometer distance.
That's right.
So I know right now that 0.75 and 0.75, this meter should read no less than 1.5 and still be acceptable. Anything less than 1.5 should be a very.
But you're also
very
reading the test word too.
Well, remember what we're reading here. I'm reading this connector and this connector.
New message is received from
Okay.
Bud Meek.
This one's been referenced out. So this is a connector pair. In order to read that one, I had to zero one of these connector pairs out. So I zeroed out the connector pairs here and here, respectively. So this pair and this pair are still being part of my test.
Right.
Because it's still part of my test, I'm able to say that this is 0.75 and this is 0.75.
Okay. So we should have 1.5 plus fiber.
Correct.
No more. Been a while since you've done some insertion.
After 20-something years of marriage.